Welcome in. Today I'm going to teach you how to play the groove from Chameleon by Herbie Hancock. I believe the original drummer would have been Harvey Mason. The groove is a nice, interesting, funky one. It goes something a little like this. So the basic groove itself, right, is just going to be simply... So use your numbers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now we're going to try and change the feel of this groove if we can, all right? This is always going to be an addition rather than the basic groove where we start to accent the edge of the hi-hat and the top of the hi-hat. So we're going to get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 while still playing those same parts. Now, before the groove police start to have a fit here, right, I've got to explain to you one thing to do with how the song feels. If we take the groove and I play it as if we're basing it on 16th notes, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and I play it as perfect as I can in 16th note format. I get that. Well, the other extreme is that if I play it very swung, 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Now, when the song's being played, or when you play this song with different bands, you can choose whether you're playing the very straight one, the very strong one, or anywhere in between. The key is that the whole band are feeling the same pulse and playing that together. So when you're practicing this, make sure you practice it straight and also make sure you practice it swung. The first groove that I'm going to give you then as an alternative. The reason it's so important that we do alternatives, as drummers in bands, we can play one beat all the way from the start to the end, but we may as well get a computer to do that for us, right? One of the things that we give as humans here is that we can alternate and add other things in over the top. And so with any song that you ever learn, if you can learn one beat, but then around that, maybe learn 4 others, so you've got 5 altogether, then all of a sudden then you can bounce between these different beats and you sound like a much more accomplished and interesting drummer. So the first one, all I'm adding in is a drag, just literally one of these. But we're going to do it onto the hi-hat, like that. You can play it closed if you want and press in. Or you can play it open. Next one. The next thing that I see happening a lot is adding in extra inner beats. So inner beats, right, are when I play 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I play notes in between them. So if I take a basic groove like this, and I say, let's put some inner beats in, I mean all those ones in between, all right? So what's happening in this song, we get this. Which means one loud left, followed by the 2 quiet ones. Then I start to maybe give it a little swing that I had before, and I start to put the accents in. And maybe I mix in that little drag at the end. So the final one that I hear in this song is 2 extravations at the end. So we get this pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on the 4 and, we're adding 2 extravations. So if you've got all of those, as I mentioned before, now what you're starting to get is just starting to get a much better, much more interesting vocabulary. So when you're jamming this with a band now, start with a simple groove and then start to add some of those others in. The order's irrelevant, right? If you can lock it in with something that's going on, with a bass guitar or the keyboard or anything like that, even better. But to start with, all we're trying to get you doing is having something a little more interesting than basic groove. And then things just start to just come out of your brain, and things like I just played there, no idea what it was, but it's just come out. And those are the magic moments that we're after, and those are the things that you want to try and memorize. So go play along with the song. It's a nice, simple song to play along with. Start to end, you can play with the same beat, or you can start to expand. If you're enjoying these lessons, please make sure you leave me a comment. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, and go check out some of my previous lessons. Thanks for watching. See you again.